Now we're going to move into our lecture portion related to service learning and implications for elementary science instruction. So I want to make sure from the onset that I show and respect the value of community service. I don't wish for this portion of our lecture to devalue the work of any organization, especially at this important time. Um, every collection effort, every group that's assembling to do work together to support each other is very, very important. However, as I continually talk about instructional currency, it is important for us to think about in a school setting, if we were organizing campaigns and drives and collections, how can we turn this into a learning event? And so community service and service learning are sometimes used interchangeably, but they're actually not the same thing. In community service, we do this typically in community groups, in church groups, and in organization outside of curriculum, and it's outside of learning goals. And there isn't always a piece where learning is at the forefront, which again, inside of those groups, it is not the role of those groups to create those situations. Inside of a school setting, however, we wish to maximize if we are doing work where it's impacting our community. We wish to have it tied to the things I have bolded in green. Here's how they look. So we might work and orchestrate groups to help clean up trash on a riverbank. This is service, this is valued, and this is important. But we think in a school setting, how could we maybe turn that into something where we can infuse science and we can infuse mathematics? And so you see that we could perhaps notice and note our level of impact by collecting and analyzing water samples, documenting results, writing documents to talk about what we have found. That is the difference between community service, where we're doing an action, and service learning. It's where teachers are intentionally planning to infuse curriculum content. Here is another example. Community service, very worthwhile endeavor to make Thanksgiving baskets. In service learning, we would look at collecting data and information about the poverty in our own community, maybe infusing social studies to think about maps and routes for people to get to food banks. The benefits are endless when it comes to service learning. We see an increased motivation to learn, a sense of civic engagement, self-efficacy, and problem-solving skills, as well as this kind of work leads to the real work that we do inside of science as future career possibilities. In increasing motivation, the students have a sense of ownership of their learning. They get a minds-on, hands-on approach to the learning. Civic engagement, they're doing something beyond an assignment. The students are seriously seeing how their thinking is translated into impacting their community. Students get a better sense of self-efficacy by being persistent, getting motivated, and again, showing that impact. Students' problem-solving skills are extremely amplified by looking at real-life tasks that present themselves as an opportunity to help solve meaningful, real problems. And it offers them a chance to integrate problem-solving across subject areas. Service learning replicates the real-life conditions scientists do, and it also exposes students to the work that they may have never thought about before and may be interested in eventually pursuing.